Jody here, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video, I'm going to be giving my thoughts on the very first episode of a new series on Hulu called All's Fair. So this is a new series that recently premiered on Hulu. I forget exactly when, but a few weeks ago now at the time that I'm making this video. And it's a show that has such an amazing cast. That's what really made me interested in wanting to, check out the first episode. It stars Sarah Paulson, Glenn Close, Kim Kardashian, Naomi Watts, Niecy Nash. This is a new show by Ryan Murphy. And I have to say, years ago, whenever I would hear about a new Ryan Murphy show, it would always be a show that I was very interested in wanting to watch. But, as the years have gone on, I'm not quite there anymore. It's like if he has a new show on, I'll check it out. Whether I, stick with it or not, I watch the rest of the episodes is another story. But that's just like me these days. I'm very picky when it comes to television as far as TV shows I continue watching or not. So, that's more of a me being a picky TV watcher kind of thing. But anyway, so as far as what All's Fair is about, it's basically about, and I don't remember any of the character names. That's usually how it goes with me in TV shows. I have a hard time remembering all the character names sometimes. But the show is basically about two lawyers played by Kim Kardashian and Naomi Watts who work together at a law firm. And they really don't like working at this law firm. They don't really feel respected or heard. And so they decide to quit their jobs there and start their own practice. And I believe they're divorce lawyers. And that's basically the show. And from my understanding, every episode is like a new case. That's basically what the TV show is about. Now for my thoughts on the show, at least the first episode. When I was watching, I would say at least the first 20 or 30 minutes, I was thinking to myself, what am I watching? That was just a constant thought that I had. Because, I was just what am I watching? It was like, that was my reaction. Now, I forget all the characters' names, so I'm just going to be, saying the actors' names that I'm referring to when I talk about the characters. And basically when Sarah Paulson's character, who plays another lawyer, she has this moment where she's in Glenn Close's character's office, and she picks up this model sailboat, and she just picks it up and she slams it on the ground and breaks it. She has a real dramatic moment, and it was in that moment, and I don't know why it took me so long to recognize that this was a campy, over-the-top soap opera kind of show. Once I realized that this was gonna be a very campy show, I was able to, I'm not sure enjoy it is the word, but more appreciate it for what it was. I was able to buy into the campiness for at least the remainder of the episode. As far as the acting, it's campy, over the top kind of soap opera acting. It's less about the storylines per se and more about the drama and the fashion. There's a lot of amazing outfits on this show. It's if you like fashion, you might like it. But as far as my recommendation, I would say if you don't mind camp and you like shows that are over the top, kind of on the soap opera kind of feeling, that you might like this show. You might enjoy it. You might appreciate it for what it is. Perhaps, we all have our own opinions, but I would say if you don't like campy kind of shows, over the top, very dramatic kind of shows, I don't think you'll like the show at all. I didn't think it was that bad. I know I've been hearing that it's been called the worst show ever made on television. I wouldn't go that far. I don't think it's a great show, but I also was able to get through the first episode. Now, will I continue the series? As of now, I'm not really super interested in continuing the series, but I feel if I'm bored, I'll probably check it out at some point, just because it has such a great and amazing cast. And, that's probably my reason for continuing the show if I do at some point. Those are my thoughts on the first episode of All's Fair, currently on Hulu. And, yeah, it's an interesting show that, it's just an interesting show. So, yeah, as I said, that's going to be for today's video. Thank you so very much for watching. And until next time, bye.